Alright, what is up, BDS crew? So this job today isn't really a job at all. And the reason why I say that is because this place is special to me in the sense that it is my mom's house. So I came over here to do a free cleaning for her because my mom has been amazing, obviously, from supporting me when I was a very active musician with friends, from letting me, play drums in the garage and get better at it and be loud until I could actually hold a beat and do something with it to help and support my business. She's always given out my cards to everybody whenever she overhears somebody talking about carpet cleaning, tile, or house cleaning, whatever it is that we do. She is throwing our name out there and has been probably my #1 cheerleader throughout my life. So I'm very grateful for her. And so today is Take Care of My Mother Day. And as you will see in the next bit, one of the cleaners I am using for this specific job today is necessary for this situation. So definitely watch this whole video because if you're a carpet cleaner and you don't have one of these products on you, you should definitely have it, a cleaning product like this, to make sure that you could service everybody, because it's going to hit you when you least expect it. Someone's going to ask and you're going to be like, well, I can cut some of my steps out, but in this case you don't really have to. The only thing I'm essentially taking out is my rinse, which I'm doing with just straight water, and you'll hear about that in the next part of this video. So stay tuned and enjoy. This has already been pre-vacuumed. My mom keeps up on the carpet pretty well, vacuums really well, and has a similar vacuum that I do. So that's already been taken care of. I've pre-sprayed half of the house on this side here, where she spends most of her time. So I'm taking care of this side first, get it dry, and then I'm doing the other side after that. So definitely stay tuned, watch this whole video. Hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for all the new subscribers that have came in. I think since just yesterday, since I last uploaded a video, another 5 or so have came through. So thank you. I appreciate you. I have been noticing when I see alerts for those come through. For some reason, they don't always give me alerts for each individual subscriber, but usually about 1 out of 3 or 5, I'll get an alert for them currently. So I see you guys coming through. Leave a comment down below if you are brand new to the BDS crew here. Leave a hashtag of that, BDS crew, if you are new. And this is one of the first videos you've seen. So thank you guys. Enjoy. Alright guys, so this is one of many. There's more out there, but this is the one I've tried and I've used last time I was here. And no problems, no respiratory issues or anything, because as you can see, no sticky residue, hyperallergenic, no enzymes, non-toxic, no VOCs, odor-free, soap-free, and colorless. And it actually did a good job when I was here. So what you could do is, so you shake before using, obviously, which I've already done and set up my pre-spray, but you can use it as pre-spray for use on heavily soiled carpet, traffic areas, effectively dissolves grease, dirt, grime, spots, and stains. Mix 4 ounces to 1 gallon, so very low mixture rate. So you don't have to worry about that. And last, for me, for this house, it's relatively clean all the time. My mom's very good about keeping it up. So last time I was here, I did notice it made a difference for sure. And so I'm just pre-spraying it. And then I use the CRB to scrub. And then after that, I rinsed it with just clean water, nothing else. 0 problems and nothing. So as you can see, I got my pre-spray waiting here, and then a fan for the first room where she spends most of her time when home. So I'm gonna get that dried out quickly for her. And so I just wanted to go over this product with you guys. I know there's others out there, but this is the last one I've used. I've only used it. Now this would be I believe only the second time now that I'd be using it, and it did its job, so I can't complain there. I'm not going to use it on a heavily soiled carpet, you know, unless that person is got respiratory issues and needs something safer. But you know, as I just mentioned, I'm using it as a pre-spray and then rinsing with straight water, so your end result may vary depending on the overall soil and stain level that the carpet is in. So I can't speak for how well it does in those situations, but for general purpose cleaning, it did fantastic last time, and so I am going to be using it again today to take care of my mom. So, environmentally safer, this product meets Green Seal standard GS37, so that's awesome. So you know, anybody that has concerns with you know, chemicals or anything like that, this is another choice that I can do for them, you know, and go over that with them, and then that way I can still earn their business if they have, you know, specific concerns. Never had any problems with any of the other TMF products with anybody I've cleaned for, but when somebody's got any respiratory issues or anything like that, and it's, you know, possibly an issue, I go over this and tell them, let's go this route and see what happens. So without further ado, I'm gonna get this rolling. Carpet's already been pre-vacked. My mom is thorough on that, and she has pretty much the same exact vacuum as I do, so and she vacuums all the time, so this is one of those cases where I can actually let the vacuuming by me slide. So I'm gonna go ahead and start pre-spraying and get this rolling. Okay, so like I said, pre-spray is down. It's had about 10 minutes now of dwell time, which is, I believe, exactly what the product called for. So, not a lot of traffic gets thrown on this carpet, but I can't remember what grade this carpet is, but it is probably 12 or 13 years old now, since she's been here, and not a ton of traffic gets in this house, but like I said earlier, I'm using a specific pre-spray to deal with this one. Yeah, especially at this time right now, I am wanting to make sure my mom's house is clean, and that I've done my part to help her, because I mean, most of her house is carpeting, and being a big filter that carpet is, I want to be sure that she doesn't have to worry about it. So I mean, really, this is more, I think, probably almost more important to me than it may be to her. I don't know. You know, she's always so supportive that she wanted to pay me, and she wanted to wait because she wanted to pay me, and I told her that we're not going to do that, and that I am going to take care of you, and you're not being charged for this, because she's been nothing but the most supportive mom I could ever ask for. So I'm going to make sure she has nice clean carpet before I leave. Now more than ever, we should be taking care of each other, right? Oop, running over my cord. I got a little more slack again. Pick it back up. So if you made it this far already, thank you so much. I appreciate you if you're watching this. Hope you guys enjoyed that last video. That was a long one, 1 hour and 23 minutes. If you actually watched all that, that's fantastic. A lot of it ended up being kind of quiet on my end. I don't know why, but when I'm in the middle of cleaning, if somebody's watching me clean, I feel awkward a little bit if I just start talking to a camera. I don't know why, but the guy was watching a lot of what I was doing, which is fine, so long as they, you know, stay out of the way or don't track anything on the carpet I just cleaned, then it's not a problem. But yeah, for some reason I told him that I was going to be filming and got his approval, but I don't know, I feel kind of awkward just talking like I'm almost talking to myself here. But yeah, so that's why that one ended up being a lot quieter than normal. Yeah, I already told my mom yesterday that I was going to be doing some filming, trying to hit that 1,000 subscribers, hit that mark where I can start making a little bit of money to invest in my company and my family. That is why I'm spending so much time making these videos. Is, you know, to make sure, like especially in a situation like what we got going on right now, you know, where we don't know what's going to happen on the day-to-day, if I'm going to be considered an essential business, or if that's going to be taken from me because things have changed, which I pray they don't. But you know, that's why I want to try and get this to a point where I can make some money off the videos for putting out content on YouTube, and that their ads can be played on my stuff, so that way I can make sure I have a little buffer to help support my family and keep my business operational to its top peak point that I can with what we got coming in. So that's mainly the reason why I'm doing it. It's obviously to grow my business as much as possible, but to continue to support my family in different ways. Because if I can support my family with a couple different income streams, you know, I will feel better. Because they deserve it. My boys deserve it. My hard-working wife deserves it. She's at home holding down the fort and doing the paperwork for Black Diamond Services, and so it's important to me. And so even though Black Diamond Services is just one income stream, this allows me to have potentially two, which everybody, if possible, in some sort of way, if you can find out a way to have multiple streams of income, you're going to be just fine. So if there's something you're passionate about, you should be videoing it when possible. I mean, I'm pretty sure just about everybody nowadays has a smartphone with a decent camera on it. So now you can start uploading videos of whatever it is you're passionate about, get those subscribers coming in and start making some income of your own. I mean, now if any of you are at home more because of what's going on, this is definitely a prime time to get started. So this is surprisingly, you know, like I said, just that pre-spray. This is cleaning up pretty good. So I just gotta carry this over to this little section here. Take care of the office. Alright. Just have a smidge that I didn't get to right here. And then I can start rinsing. Just like that. Went up to this fall threshold here with the pre-spray, so I want to make sure I get all that. Alright. We're going to start rinsing it out here. Alrighty guys. Getting this rinsed out. Carpet is not heavily soiled. I'd say mildly at most. And like I said earlier, I like to keep this one clean, even though my mom doesn't always, well, she never asks me to come clean for her really, but it was important for me to get over here as soon as I was able. So this carpet is about 13 years or so. I don't remember the exact year she moved in. But it was pretty close to 13 years. Maybe just shy of that. couches rarely get used, but at least that front little footpath, do a little extra. Just because when you stand up and pivot your feet, I'm sure you may have noticed at your own homes that the carpet in the front of the couch always looks the worst. Not in this case, but you know, why not do a little low pass right there. Looks nice. Let's get this undercarriage of this table here, because the other side is a little more narrow. Like I was saying, this carpet's not in bad shape. It really isn't. But I'm still moving at my normal pace because, you know, it's just good to be sure. You know, if anything, the only thing that really ever changes if you don't have a job that's, you know, heavily soiled is, you know, you just do one slow back pass like I'm doing here, and then come back for your dry pass. You know, and this is going to vary. It really is going to vary depending on your machine and your cleaners. So just because you see, you know, one guy doing double dry passes, or even sometimes even double wet passes, you know, there's different levels of machines obviously for everything. And if you have a good machine, it is obviously going to reduce your workload overall on how much you have to put into it effort-wise, from your wand to your machine. So obviously this one's not very soiled, and yeah, so I gotta drain a little bit of water. But so anyways, if you got a great machine, you're obviously going to be doing less work. If you have great tools, that makes a difference too. So everybody has their own cleaning style. You know, as long as they're putting the effort in, doing it right, doing a good job, there's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, so I'm doing slow passes anyways, even though it doesn't really need it. As we could see, a single pass is making a nice change here. But yeah, this is cleaning up nicely. Not in bad shape. I don't think there's even a single stain in this entire house. But we are seeing a change here, which is great. So that's fantastic. So I'll be right back with you guys. So I'm here in the main used room, the living room, and even in here, it's not in that bad a shape. So it's still definitely looking better. So that's a positive. Always like seeing that. But yeah, see, I've cleaned underneath the leg rest there, and then right there, and it's doing well. So I wanted to show you guys this area. So just to recap, I'm using that residue-free, no VOC, hypoallergenic, colorless and odorless product from TMF as my pre-spray, and then rinsing with water. No other cleaner. So when it's basically a neutral product, you don't have to use, in this case, another one to neutralize it, because I'm not heavily in any way altering the pH. So, and there's no pet odors, there's no pets in this house, there's no stains for that matter. So the need to alter the pH in order to work out some stains is obviously not necessary in this situation. It's just general soil from normal use. But as we can see, it is definitely looking better. I mean, this isn't in bad shape, and yeah, probably a part of it is just the way the nap is laying. You're starting to see kind of the traffic areas here a little bit. But I do see a little bit of dirt coming through my sight glass on the wand. So that's always nice to see. I did drain my tank all the way. My job yesterday, I didn't finish, or I wasn't able to drain my tank. I shouldn't say I didn't finish. I wasn't able to drain my tank there. So over here there is a drain out that I can dispose of the dirty water. So I did that, and just because I couldn't include that on my last video, I'll put it on this one. I did about a minute to show you guys. That way, if you watched, was it vlog number 25, and you were like, man, I wish I could have saw the water. Well, I should have it on the end of this one, so that way you can. Today is April 1st. It is April Fool's Day. There's some memes going around saying, I wish this current situation was all just a joke leading up to this day. Unfortunately, it isn't. And I don't have any jokes for you guys. Or pranks, whatever you want to call it. Just clean carpets. Kind of wish I had a guinea pig carpet to really put this cleaner to the test, to see how truly effective it is in a much dirtier situation. And then the first time I used it here, I think the carpet was in a little worse of shape. And the reason why is because there was a gap of about, I think it was 5 months maybe, from when I left where I was working to owning my own truck mount system and everything. So I think there was like about a year and a half total, maybe 2 years from the last time I was able to come out and clean for her. And I feel like the products I have now are doing a much better job, and my wife keeps saying it here and there. She's like, you know, the carpet still feels soft, it still feels fluffy, as she put it. And, you know, she didn't say it when I was working for the old company, and that's fine. But yeah, she said she told me now, she's like, it never felt this way. It never felt this soft after you were done. And so, you know, back then I did not have to pre-vac at all. That wasn't required of us. So if a client vacuumed, that was the only time it got pre-vaced. And I always did try to bust my butt and try and do a really good job, get it as clean as I could. But also, we didn't have CRBs and we had pretty cheap wands to use too. So had a non-swiveling wand, so I didn't have, you know, this. So I'm able to get in some areas I wasn't able to get into before. Obviously this has a glide on it. I have a stronger machine, and in my personal opinion, I think the chemicals that I use are much safer from my research I've done with the company that I use my products from, and they're more effective. So, like she was saying, the carpet still feels soft and fluffy. And I mean, look at this. This is just one cleaner doing this work. So I feel like it's an even 50-50. 50% good tools, 50% good chemistry. Well, I should say 50% worker plus tools and 50% chemistry, you know, or an even thing across the board, because operator error is still possible even with the best equipment and tools, cleaners. So this is just my personal opinion. You know, until somebody shows me something that's safer and cleans just as good, if not better, these are the products I'm going to use. And I will pay a little extra for them. You know, you want a good product that's built well. Obviously it costs more money. But yeah, I am proud to use TMF products. I am not endorsed in any kind of way. They don't give me free nothing. So at the time of this video, I have received nothing for free from them as a gesture of any kind to throw out their name and their products. But yes, I am open to trying other products so long as they are safer and clean as effectively, if not better. So if anybody is watching this and is aware of a company that does this, better products, safety-wise, is my number one. Because if I can get a product that's even safer than what I'm using, then I'm open to testing it and seeing how well it does. But I mean, unless the product is probably certified with the EPA and whatnot, then I almost kind of doubt it. But I would love to hear about it. Please give me information on it if you know of a product that is in that realm. So please feel free to comment with any products, if you're a cleaning business, that you are aware of. That is fantastic. I'd like to hear what you guys are using, what you feel you've had great success with. Because I know there's a lot of products out there, and there's a lot of products that do a great job, but you know, I want to use the ones that do a great job that are also safe, you know, or safest they could possibly be, and still do a great job and have zero problems for my clients. So for like this one being residue free and colorless and odorless and hypoallergenic is definitely awesome. Maybe one day I'll get to test it out on a real dirty one, you know, just dirt wise and maybe some stains. just to see where it holds up on some typical stains. Just because I'm curious of its overall power. Alright, I am at my end point for where I pre-sprayed. As you can tell, I haven't CRB'd or anything here besides the vacuuming. That was been done. But it looks wonderful. This is the most worn area, coming from in there to the hallway and leading over to that direction there. They're the most walked sections. But otherwise, it's looking good. Alright, BDS crew, first side of the house is done. Got the fans going and the two main directions for walk paths. Now, we are set up and ready to go for the hallway and 2 bedrooms. So, pre-spray is down. CRB time. This is definitely one of the few houses that I have gotten that has no pets, or has had pets at one point in time. So I mean, realistically, could I do this job without the CRB? Yes. Am I going to? Obviously not. Why? Well, just my opinion. But this definitely obviously helps fluff the carpet up. And because I want to evenly distribute the pre-spray around on this, especially since I'm only using that ProSafe extreme carpet cleaner that is you know, hypoallergenic, non-residue, no VOCs and all that. So I feel like if I do this step, it would help make a difference. Whether or not it's necessary is kind of besides the point in this situation, for at least for me. But like I said, I know I can clean this without the CRB. It'll probably be just fine. power cable here. Switch spots. Finish up this last little bit. And get to rinsing. Alrighty. Alright guys, I think it's been a few videos since I've asked this, but what do you guys like to see? Are these videos satisfying all those things that you prefer to see in a carpet cleaning video, or any video in general that I have put out? If not, now's your time to say it in the comments. Let me know what you like to see. I try and include everything as much as possible depending on the situation, just so that way you guys can see it all. So if there's something that you've been missing that you've seen in previous videos of mine, or if you follow anybody else, if you're subscribed to any other carpet cleaners, tile cleaners and whatnot, I'd like to know, and I will do my best to include it when I'm able. So hit that like button, leave me that comment below, tell me what you want, and I will try and bring that content to you as soon as I possibly can. Obviously, I want to make sure you guys are entertained, and if you learn something, that's even better. That's what it's all about, is learning on top of being entertained. A lot of you have commented here and there saying how much these videos are helping you guys, during this time that we're going through. So I'm glad that's the case. Know that makes me feel good, knowing that you guys are getting satisfaction out of these videos, possibly keeping your mind off other things. That's awesome. So I'm glad I'm able to help in that sense. It was the same idea when I was more a musician than before I started doing cleaning professionally. And even when I was doing cleaning professionally, when I played a show or something like that, people would come up to me afterwards and comment about the band that I was in and whatnot. And it was always nice to hear that. I made somebody happy for a moment in their life through my music, and now more so through the cleanings that I'm doing for people in my area. So that's always the best part. Like, honestly, it's great to see the carpets clean up really well, but for me, when the client is like, oh my gosh, the carpet looks fantastic, thank you so much. Obviously, it's my job to get it to that point to where they're going to be satisfied with the work. But hearing it is great, because the only way we can ever get better at any of our jobs or anything that we do, whether it is music or cleaning or anything skill related, your jobs in general, is by knowing what other people think that are in your industry, or if you're trying to learn something new, it's good to get feedback from a professional, so you know that you're doing it the best way you can. So I gotta do this little area here. What am I thinking? It's good to hear it from people, because we can't learn unless we're not told. So, and that was an issue that I sometimes had in the past, where I used to work, because there were some jobs I got thrown out on with not much experience at all, and I felt super uncomfortable, and I tried to do my best, and unfortunately I got things to clean up well, but had I been properly trained, I may have done a much better job, right? So hearing those things, everybody loves hearing, that you did a great job, but if there's a teaching moment involved in it, and somebody can teach you something new, a trick, whatever it is, all it's going to do is help you grow. So keep that in mind when somebody's trying to offer their expertise. As long as they're doing it in a nice way and aren't condescending and whatnot, like I felt like I was getting sometimes in the past, I think it's all for the better, and it's going to benefit you and your work in the long run. So that's all kind of what I would say about that. And so now that I'm done CRBing, it's time to rinse this out. This is another higher traffic area. Coming out of the bathroom section of the master bedroom. almost there, guys. I got this little portion of the hallway, and then what's behind me here going out to the garage. So about 40 more square feet or so. Still got my fans going up there because I want these 2 walk paths to be absolutely as dry as possible by the time I leave. So while I'm putting my stuff away, I'll have one facing down the hallway here. So I think I said it earlier, if I didn't, I drained my tank completely. At this job, I'm going to try and include that drain footage that I took so you guys can see what yesterday's job looked like. But now that the tank was completely emptied, I'll try and shoot some video of this one too, so you can see that even though this carpet didn't appear to look dirty, that I should get some, at least some light brown to medium brown color water out. And I'm actually curious a little bit to see what the outcome's going to be like. This carpet definitely looks brighter. But since it's a special situation where I'm only using that ProSafe pre-spray carpet cleaner, I want to see how dark the water really is for this carpet. Alright, so since I'm in a tight spot here, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and we'll take a look afterwards. I'm going to rake all this out, even though I'm not Scotch guarding the carpet, just because, like I said, this is a job that has to be done with all products 100% completely, perfectly safe. I'm even more concerned because it is my mom's house. None of my products that I've been using have given anybody issues, but ever, I should say, not a one. Not even people with respiratory issues. But I know my mom, if I mentioned to her, she was just going to deny it anyway. So I'm going to break this out afterwards. That way we're 100% set, and that way I can get you guys some footage of that too. So stay tuned. Still leaving the triangles. Does look a little brighter this way though, so that's good. A little bit more raking video here. Guys, I'm going to get my blowers put away and then finish up this little bit of pathway raking out, and that's it. Enjoy the water dump so you can see this job and then yesterday's job. Alright, video screw, it's time to check out the water. Alright, hopefully you guys can see it alright. I got the sun on my back here. Let's see as it makes its way through. Here it is. Huh? There you have it. It's about a light brown. So it's a little dirty. Wasn't horrible. Just a light brown. So see, even with constant vacuuming, stuff still gets left behind. So unless you're maybe vacuuming daily, that'll make a difference for sure. But you know, carpet cleaning is still necessary eventually. Average seems to be a year, but depending on your household, that varies. Could be more frequent, could be less. But I mean, the water's not that dirty at all. So that's this job. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. Keep up to date with everything I do. Leave me a comment below. Tell me what your favorite part was of this entire video. As a bonus, you will see yesterday's job, dirty water as well. Thanks, guys. So I don't get to always do some drain videos with you guys, but I just thought I'd show you on this one. This is mainly from a job I did yesterday, that long video. I just didn't have an area that I can drain, so I decided to do it here because I knew this place had a drain out. So I did some cleaning and then let my tank fill up the rest of the way, and then now I'm draining safely here. So that carpet was kind of dirty. Say moderate soil.